So they're currently having a little bit of quiet lunch, so away from all of the cameras for a moment. Then this afternoon they get to have a look at some of the kind of precious artefacts that are within the royal collection. And what they always do is bring out a selection of things that they feel that their guests will find particularly interesting, but also really re-emphasise that important shared history that we have between the UK and France. It's no understatement to say they have literally done everything they possibly can in the last couple of hours to make President Macron and his wife feel welcome. It's particularly special that the Prince and Princess of Wales actually made that trip out to RAF Northolt. It is usual that the heir to the throne would meet the visiting dignitary, but usually it's just a short hop in the car to a hotel. This time they had an 18-mile journey all the way out to RAF Northolt to make sure that they were there at that moment that President Macron and his wife stepped off the plane. What was really the kind of spectacle, though, I think, of this morning, and something that is quite unusual, was that carriage procession through the centre of Windsor. A real spectacle, I think, for President Macron and his wife, but certainly also for the crowds who turned out. Windsor is so busy at this time of year for tourists, but many of them were having to pinch themselves that they were managing to get that close to members of the royal family and also the French president and his wife. Of course, it was all smiles. We're used to President Macron being particularly tactile with other world leaders, but I think what was particularly telling with his interactions, both with Prince William and the King, was kind of, there was a softness to it. We know that sometimes those tactile gestures are kind of making a political point, but I think in this case it was really re-emphasising that friendship that they have kind of built over the last few years. Of course, putting friendship to one side, the important part of this trip is all about politics, and we'll get into that over the next couple of days. The issue around immigration, small boats, really pressing and particularly difficult for Keir Starmer, the King helping to kind of smooth things over before those discussions.